I'm not a gun nut, but I see the utility in having a gun because of hyperinflation, right? You need a gun if there's hyperinflation, right? Bitcoin won't protect you from the robber down the street. Dingoos, good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday morning. Very exciting episode in store for you today. We're going to be talking about hyperinflation and how every fiat currency that has failed in the past has failed exponentially, right? And that is terrifying. And we'll talk about that here shortly, as well as Bitcoin, Ethereum, EIP 1559 community meeting this week. Price action one way or the other, guaranteed. Stay tuned for that, as well as Dogecoin and Elon Musk, another collab, I guess you can call it, and Dojo. If you don't know what Dojo is, stay tuned because it's definitely something strange. I did not expect what it was. And we're talking about Ruler Protocol airdrop, more news on that, as well as NFTs. I guarantee you will never guess who's in the NFT game. And it's strange for sure. Let's jump right into some insightful thoughts by Mr. Pentoshi. He says, if this is your first year trading, the odds of you getting wrecked in the next 3 months is 100%. Not 99%, 100%. It's easy mode right now, but there will be a gut-wrenching, sickening times too. I always get asked, what's the best way to learn? The real answer is losing and getting wrecked. It's the best teacher if you understand. And then there's Mr. Pepe the Frog getting fucked and his back hurts and getting bent over the desk, right? So don't be little Pepe and don't get bent over the desk by the market, right? Have control over your money, and I think the best way to do that is, I have no idea why noobs try and become traders. Buy and hodl. This is the year to hodl. I totally agree. I will never sell my Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or DOT. First reason, staking returns and passive income potential. The amount of staking returns that are potential with Ethereum, Chainlink, and Polkadot is tremendous, and they could change your life with a passive income stream. Easy. Also, taxes suck ass, and if you sell, you got to pay it, and then you got to hope for a decline in Bitcoin's price, which will come, but also you got to time it right, and I'm not about to stress over timing the market. And third reason is because you can always take out collateral, or you can use your crypto as collateral and take out a loan against it, right? That's what it's all about. Those three reasons right there are reasons why not to sell. Keep in mind, I do have a large position in stable coins, because altcoins, I transition into stable coins when I feel like the market's getting more risky, right? So that's my only thing that changes, is position in altcoins and then position in stable coins, depending on the risk I believe the market is in right now. And I will say I have more stable coins than altcoins, well, value-wise right now. And let's go into Mr. Michael Burry. And if you don't know who Michael Burry is, he's the big short guy. Mortgage Crisis 2008 called it, and he's known for that. And let's read what he has to say today. 3 hours ago, he says, people say I didn't warn last time. I did, but no one listened. So I warned this time, and still, no one listens. But I will have proof I warned. I will have proof I warned, he says. And guess what? And still no one listens. Well, you know who listens? The Dingoos army. The Dingoos. We listen because he knows what he's talking about. I mean, he's called a lot of stuff in the past for sure. He knows economics very well. So let's talk about the Triffin's dilemma and what he thinks about the United States dollar and China's currency and what's going to happen there. So Triffin's dilemma. Consider this. As China's GDP passes the US this decade, and US debt forces the debasement of the dollar faster than others, much like the Flying Dutchman, the global fiat must have a captain no matter how heartless the transition. If the US dollar gets debased to such a degree, China is next up, guys. China is next up for the world reserve currency. And I think this virus, ironically, and maybe purposefully, has put them in a very good position to be the next world reserve currency. They have ownership of a lot of Africa, which is very unfortunate. A lot of Africa's natural resources. It's very sad. as well as like there's a lot of things that lined up for China because of this virus, which is very strange. And I mean, I believe in coincidences, but only to a degree, and it's very strange. But anyways, I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories, if you want to call that a conspiracy theory. But anyways, we can dive into Triffin's dilemma a little bit. I think it's worth it. He says, if U.S. deficits continue, a steady stream of dollars would continue to fuel world economic growth. However, excessive U.S. deficits, dollar glut, I like that a lot, dollar glut, would erode confidence in the value of the U.S. dollar. Without confidence in the dollar, it would no longer be accepted as the world's reserve currency. The fixed exchange rate system could break down, leading to instability. And he presented this to Congress in the 1960s when we were taken off the gold standard and when we transitioned into a fiat monetary system with nothing backing it except air. I don't know, hot air. That's what politicians are now, hot air. Anyways, Michael Burry does say, and he does state after that though, he says Bitcoin does not solve the Triffin's dilemma, as a global fiat economy is relative and requires liquidity on the scale of the largest economies in the world. This is why Switzerland cannot be a reserve currency. The heart of the fiat system goes to the next GDP winner, and obviously he's referring to China right there. But guess what, guys? Guess what? If Bitcoin becomes one of the I just thought of a live thought in my head, guys. Okay, check it out. You know how I always refer to Ethereum as a country? What if Ethereum's GDP becomes the biggest in the world? Bro, that would be mind-blowing for sure. Or just a blockchain smart contract, like integrations with that maybe. But that would be insane, because the digital economy will have eventually will have the largest GDP in the world, right? Protocols produce cash flows, which equals GDP on certain blockchains. So like say any protocol on Ethereum right now generates cash flows, right? Uniswap has a fee on every transaction. That's cash flows built on the digital blockchain, which is Ethereum's blockchain, which is basically Ethereum's country. So what if Ethereum's GDP is the largest? Does that mean Ethereum is the world reserve currency? I mean, Bitcoin does not have cash flows on this blockchain. It doesn't. There's no protocols built on Bitcoin that has real volume. It will happen on the application blockchains like Ethereum, maybe Cardano, maybe Polkadot, but it's only happening on Ethereum right now. Very interesting. That would be strange. What if Ethereum becomes a world reserve currency? That would be strange. So I like this last line. Zero Hedge did an article on Michael Burry's tweet storm about hyperinflation. This is following World War I, when Germany went through hyperinflation and basically they were burning wheelbarrows full of money. And he says at the bottom, he says, we are there now. The only question is, when do we enter the exponential currency collapse phase? Like I said at the beginning of this episode, every fiat currency that has collapsed in an exponential manner, which is very terrifying because it happens before you can react. Overnight, not overnight, maybe a week, maybe a month, right? It happens like that, exponential growth. Very, very scary, and that's when the U.S. will collapse, is when we enter exponential monetary inflation mode. Very scary. I'm actually very terrified of that, and I don't think in the U.S. we do have guns, so we can kind of protect ourselves from in the UK you're going to have to go around with knives and protect yourself. I don't know what you're doing over there. Comment what type of knife you have in the United Kingdom, because I don't know what you're going to protect yourself if there's hyperinflation over there. I'm not a gun nut, but I see the utility in having a gun because of hyperinflation, right? You need a gun if there's hyperinflation, right? Bitcoin won't protect you from the robber down the street. But anyways, let's proceed to Bitcoin price action. Like I said, I don't plan on ever selling my Bitcoin because of so much utility. It's looking good, guys. It looks like there's not much here. We might correct a little bit. I would not be surprised. But I like what Michael Saylor says here. Let's listen in.
Now, what happens to all these wonderful models if 10 billionaires decide to buy $1 billion of Bitcoin each and announce, we bought it, we're not ashamed of it, we're going to buy more? All your models are destroyed, completely devastated, Bitcoin goes to the moon. Now,
Bitcoin goes to the moon. So, like, every model these people in the traditional market make, oh, this model, blah, 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 blah. Like, modeling does not work in Bitcoin because basically Bitcoin goes to the moon. And large net wealth individuals can just say, hey, I'm going to hedge my risk and have $1 billion in Bitcoin and just hold it, right? And that is not accounted for in models. Small decisions like that change the market cap of Bitcoin significantly, and it's kind of a tsunami of decisions like that change Bitcoin's outcome. But anyways, right now there's a large company CEO somewhere trying to figure out how he will survive in the next 5 years with little to no yield anywhere, and a light bulb will click and Bitcoin will have another holder. There you go. This is like a bug that bites every single large net wealth individual eventually. So has it bit you? It's bit me. I don't want my money anywhere else except Bitcoin pretty much. Let's talk about Ethereum because it's looking okay. I do think we will have a significant run against Bitcoin sometime in the future, but I do want to zoom out because as you can see, we've been going parabolic substantially. Where we are in the cycle, man, we could be right here or we could be right here. I think it's more likely that we're like right here or something. But it is what it is. We'll see where we lie. Like I said, I don't plan on selling my Ethereum because, hey, like I just thought through, it could be the next world reserve currency because it's actually producing a GDP on its blockchain. Absolutely insane. 14.7% of Ethereum circulating supply has been dormant for 2 to 3 years. Check that out. That's crazy. But there's so much utility with Ethereum, I wonder why they're just sitting on it. That's strange too. Anyways, let's move forward to this is going to be a monster week for Ethereum one way or the other, whether Ethereum EIP 1559 gets implemented or not, right? It's going to be a very strange week. We'll see what happens. February 26th is the date, so mark it on your calendar. Make sure you do a little dance, a little Ethereum EIP 1559 dance, and pray to the gods that it gets implemented. Now let's talk about Dogecoin because Dogecoin, I mean, it doesn't have utility, but it might meme itself into utility. Why? Because Dojo for Doge. And what the hell does Dojo mean? You probably think martial artist stuff. That's what I was thinking when I read it. But Dojo is a supercomputer, right? Well, I had something highlighted here, but it doesn't look like it's highlighted anymore. But Dojo, here we go. One second. Explanation. Elon Musk recently said that its Dojo computer, supercomputer, is now new information. Basically, it's a supercomputer. It's a supercomputer. And let's go to this because somebody says Dojo runs AI algorithm that trades Doge and distributes it to keep the price level stable. AI governed currency. Welcome my son to the machine. So does this mean that maybe Elon will meme Dogecoin into some sort of utility in governing some sort of his supercomputer or something to that extent, or maybe implement Dogecoin into Tesla somehow? That definitely could happen, right? This is all purely speculation, but Elon would not, I mean, he has been shilling Dogecoin to such a high degree, and if you go back into the history of everything Elon Musk has done, it has been relatively successful. So if Elon Musk has been memeing so much with Dogecoin, I would not be surprised if he implements it in with any of his Tesla or this Dojo supercomputer in a governing way or governing manner or some sort of economically sound manner. That would be insane. And another thing that I was thinking of, what if he has $1.5 billion in Bitcoin and now it's more like $3 billion in Bitcoin, right? What if he sold that and put it all into Dogecoin and then announced it? How big baller move would that be? That would be honestly a very smart move, I would think, because that would show that he's buying into Doge and the long-term potential of it. That very well could happen. And I'm not saying speculating on it, and I'm not speculating on that, but I could definitely see that happening for sure. And now let's get into the ruler protocol, because I really like the ruler protocol and what it's trying to do. I'll get into that in a second, but I did bring up they have an airdrop here coming up, and if you used a if you voted on a proposal in the Yearn ecosystem, whether that was Yearn, Cover, Pickle, Keeper, I forget the other ones, and if you voted on a proposal, I think you will be receiving the Ruler Protocol airdrop. Ruler Protocol will be going live March 1st, so suspect the airdrop happening around March 1st. And the devs are all Cover devs. And if you don't know the Cover Protocol, I have several reviews on it. I have 2 of them. But I like Cover Protocol a lot. And what are they trying to build with Ruler Protocol? It says it aims to fill the gap by enabling the following: no liquidations as long as borrowers pay back on time, interest rates determined by supply and demand like everything else, nothing new there. Fixed rate loans at the moment of borrow lend, I like that. Aave has a similar thing. Fungible loans, tradable anytime, anywhere. This is what's different about it. I like that a lot. Fungible loans. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe you can trade your debt on Uniswap. That would be pretty neat. Something like a debt market. That would be very cool. And I would be very interested to see how that turns out for sure. And now let's look into Dom Hoffman. And who is Dom Hoffman? He posts pictures of NFTs all day long. 71,000 followers. And I saw this tweet and I was like, who liked it? Well, if you... Jack Dorsey liked it. What the frig is Jack Dorsey liking whoever the Dom Hoffman is? I had no idea. But who is Dom Hoffman? Let's click on this link. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Dom Hoffman, 2012 to 2014, CEO and founder of Vine. Rest in peace. Let's click on Vine. Uh-oh, we're having technical difficulties. There you go. And CEO and founder of Byte. 2021 ? Holy moly. And he says Web3 is cool. And he just tweets a bunch of NFT pictures all the time. So is he getting into the NFT market? If he built a protocol, that would be pretty cool. And he has a long history of being a very successful developer and a software engineer. So yeah, follow Don Hoffman, because he seems like he's getting into the space and Jack Dorsey likes him. So hey, that's how you learn how to follow people right there. Anyways, let's listen to Black Eyed Peas, Where Is the Love? Well, Dingoos, I hope you enjoyed. I know I was kind of all over today, but hopefully you stayed with me. If you like this content, like and subscribe. Where's the love? It's in the subscribe button. That's where the love is, right? So like and subscribe. Twitter, personal, Dingle, Discord, chatting all day long in there. Telegram, chatting all day long. Go join the Dingo community right now. Where's the love? It's in the Dingo community. Go check it out. Peace out, Dingoes, and dingle dingle.